Hello, little dreamer. Time for a bedtime story. But first, let's get all the wiggles out and settle into bed. So wiggle your toes and wiggle your feet and wiggle your hands and your arms and your body. Make sure you send all those wiggles down and out through your toes. Now let's settle in, close our eyes and take a few deep breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And now that you're comfortable, let's get on to the bedtime story. Once upon a starry night, in a cozy little farmhouse, nestled beneath the twinkling sky, there lived a curious and talkative 9-year-old girl named Lily. Lily was a bright spark, with a mind as vast as the endless fields that stretched out around her family home. She loved nothing more than to explore the wonders of the natural world and share her discoveries with anyone who would listen. Lily's days were filled with laughter and chatter as she roamed the farm with her two big sisters, Victoria and Emily, and her little sister Greta. Victoria was as sturdy as the oak trees that lined the fields, while Emily was as adventurous as the wind that whispered through the tall grass, and Greta, with her eyes wide and infectious little giggle, was the sunshine that brightened their days. Together they tended to the chickens, feeding them grain and gathering eggs from their cozy coop. They milked the goats, their gentle bleats echoing through the barnyard, and brushed the cows, their soft fur warm beneath their fingers. They rode the horses across the open fields, the wind whipping through their hair, and played fetch with the dogs, their tails wagging with excitement. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the stars began to twinkle in the velvet sky, Lily's boundless energy would finally start to wane, and she would curl up in bed, surrounded by her sisters, ready for a bedtime story. And so as the night descended and the world outside grew quiet, Lily's imagination would come alive as her sisters wove tales of far-off lands and magical creatures. They would tell stories of brave knights and wise wizards, of dragons soaring through the skies, and mermaids dancing beneath the waves. But Lily's favourite stories were always the ones about the wonders of the natural world. Forests teeming with life, of mountains reaching for the heavens, and of rivers flowing like ribbons of silver through the land. Her sisters would tell her about the stars that twinkled overhead, each one a tiny beacon of light in the vastness of space, and about the moon casting its gentle glow over the sleeping earth. And as Lily listened, her eyes would grow heavy with sleep, and her mind would wander to the adventures that awaited her in the morning. For she knew that with each new day came the promise of discovery and the joy of sharing her endless knowledge with those she loved. And so, with her sisters by her side and the gentle rhythm of the farmyard lulling her to sleep, Lily would drift off into dreams, her heart full of wonder and her mind buzzing with excitement for the adventures that awaited her in the morning. And in those dreams, she would roam the fields and forests, her sisters by her side, exploring the world around her and sharing her boundless curiosity with all who crossed her path. Good night and sleep well.